MU police have arrested a suspect connected to 2 sexual assault reports. Good evening, I'm Christian Piekos.
And I'm Laura Barczewski. Police say they arrested the suspect around 4 this afternoon. This is 21-year-old Zachary Jones. Jones was taken to the Boone County Jail on charges of forcible rape and forcible sodomy. The arrest comes after 2 reports of sexual assault on MU's campus this morning. An investigation into what happened is still ongoing. 3 people were shot in Jefferson City early this morning. Now police are working with very few details.
The 3 people walked into St. Mary's Hospital with gunshot wounds around 3:30. Police say the victims are not cooperating. A Jefferson City Moser's employee told police there were shell casings in the parking lot of the grocery store. Right now, though, police say it's not clear if this is related to the 3 victims. Columbia police are looking for more information after someone fired gunshots overnight. This map shows where it all happened. Officers responded to the 2600 block of Quail Drive just after midnight. That's near the 7063 connector. Police say they found a car with gunshots in it and multiple shell casings in front of the 2 houses. No injuries were reported, and anyone with information should call Columbia police or Crime Stoppers at 875-TIPS.
1 child is dead and 3 others are hurt after a crash in Camden County last night. Sheriff's deputies arrested 19-year-old Griselda Ramirez Ortiz on several charges, including manslaughter and driving without a license. A 3-year-old was killed in the crash. 3 other kids suffered minor to severe injuries. They are just 6, 9, and 10 years old.
And day 3 of the True False Film Festival brought thousands into downtown Columbia today.
Not only are people going out and seeing tons of movies, but they're going out to eat in between films too. Final attendance numbers for this year aren't in yet, but last year the festival brought 45,000 people into town. Downtown restaurants are prepared for the rush of out-of-town customers. The founder of Strange Donuts tells us he came from the St. Louis location to help his staff here in Columbia.
There's a lot of people from out of town. I want to make sure that they experience our brand the way that I want them to. And I just think that, you know, the staff uses and needs the support. And it's fun being out here. It's good vibes.
Strange Donuts neighbor Soul Taco brought extra staff in to help for the weekend as well.
And customers can expect most downtown restaurants to be busier this weekend because of True False. Although the True False is known for its movies, how about its musicians? Bands from all over the world and country line the streets of downtown Columbia today. A band from France had all the attention performing Wild Sense while jamming out. Another group from New Orleans even made the trip. One local musician says connecting with other bands is his favorite part of the festival.
Got to play with Yes Man from New Orleans last year. There's a band here from France playing accordions and dancing around all crazy. Yeah, those guys are true street performers, that's for sure.
Tarwater also says competing with other bands for a location in the city is very difficult.
Now remember, tomorrow is the last day of True False, and our coverage doesn't end tonight. We'll have a full wrap-up of this weekend's festivities tomorrow on KOMU 8 News at 5, 9, and 10.
Some Missourians joined a national movement by rallying against government land grabs this afternoon. According to the Congressional Research Service, the federal government owns about 28% of the land in the United States. Lavoy Finicum has been in the national spotlight as a leader for this movement. He was shot and killed in January by Oregon police officers after an FBI pursuit. The organizer of the rally today says she followed Finicum's story and felt she needed to spread the word.
I just felt very heartbroken and felt like I had to stand up and have my voice heard.
The rally in Jefferson City was just one of many for this cause across the nation.
Another rally today brought people to Centralia Battlefield in support of the Confederate flag. Members of the Sons of Confederate Veterans came from all over the state for the rally. The national organization named today, March 5th, National Confederate Flag Day. The commander of the Missouri Division wants people to know the flag rallies are not meant to be hateful.
This is very, very personal to us. Our ancestors were men of honor, and they answered a call to duty, and our organization denounces anything that's got anything to do with hate or racism or anything like that.
We reached out to Mary Ratliff, the president of the Columbia NAACP chapter, about the rally. She says the Confederate flag is, quote, meant to intimidate people, relating it back to the days of the Ku Klux Klan. The Missouri High School basketball championships are usually in Columbia, and city officials want to keep it that way.
The Convention and Visitors Bureau is working on a bid to host the MSHSAA basketball championships for 5 more years. The Columbia Chamber of Commerce says the games have a huge economic impact. The chamber also said, quote, just the teams alone occupied 2,000 rooms, and there were thousands of families and fans who traveled to Columbia to cheer them on. A former Olympic horse trainer came from Oregon to train local riders at a local university this weekend.
Jeff Cook worked with student riders at William Woods University today. Cook spent 10 years training riders on the U.S. Olympic equestrian team. Today, he helped the students fine-tune their jumping techniques. Both Cook and the students say this weekend serves as a valuable training experience.
The girls are always great students. You know, they have a
Showcase of that.
The clinic starts back up at 9 tomorrow morning. The event is open to the public.
And the weather was gorgeous today for True or False.
That's right. It's the third weekend in a row we've had above average temperatures, which also means it's the third weekend in a row that I've had bad allergies. So we take a look at the weather almanac right now. We did see temperatures 10 degrees above average for today. It's a high of 61. As we look at the satellite and radar, we did see clear skies today, lots of sunshine. But as we look at the forecast for tomorrow, we see more of those warm temperatures, but we do see more clouds roll in, alluding to a chance for some rain later in the week, and not just a little rain, a lot of rain. We'll have all the details on that, as well as when we're going to see those warmer temperatures continue later in the show.
And thousands are remembering an officer killed in the line of duty.
We'll show the solemn tribute next. But first, here's a look over downtown Columbia on this Saturday night.
You're watching KOMU 8 News at 10, coverage you can count on.
In your national news, thousands gathered to remember a police officer shot and killed in Texas earlier this week. Officer David Hoffer died while responding to a shots fired call. Friends and family held his memorial service at a local football stadium to make room for all of the guests. The man suspected in Officer Hoffer's death was killed by other officers. Police say the suspect ambushed Hoffer and his partner during the attack. Warm weather in Alaska cut the ceremonial start of the Iditarod short today. The course is normally 11 miles long, but organizers had to cut it down to just 3 miles because there just wasn't enough snow. The official competition kicks off tomorrow in Willow, Alaska. 85 competitors will go on a 1,000-mile race to Nome. The winners should get to the finish line in about 9 days.
In your world news, a stolen fire truck smashed into cars and houses on a quiet street in Ireland. Police say the truck was stolen early this morning and ended up in someone's front yard. The truck was, of course, damaged. Local media reports say a 19-year-old and a 66-year-old were being questioned in connection with the theft. Video posted on social media reportedly shows a large demonstration in a rebel-held town in northwestern Syria. The video appears to show crowds of men waving the old Syrian national flag and chanting slogans. We want to point out NBC News cannot confirm the authenticity of this video. Either way, demonstrations are few and far between ever since 2011. Protests evolved into extreme conflict that has led to the refugee crisis seen in other countries.
Tonight was the final game of the 2015-16 season for the Missouri men's basketball team.
Hear from Coach Kim Anderson on senior night, coming up next in sports.
Looking at the forecast for the last day of the True False Film Festival, we are going to see warm temperatures at 64 degrees. And looking at the forecast for the remainder of the week, we are going to see those temperatures warm up near that 70-degree mark, and then we see a lot of chances for rain, a lot of rain, possibly some thunderstorms, possibly some flooding as well.
It looks like a great week.
Yeah, it was honestly gorgeous. I was out today and it was perfect hours.
It was a good day, but if you notice, we got a little cough, a little nasal drip. It's the warm temperatures. You know?
Yeah, hang on to that Mucinex.
Yeah.
Yo, Chris, what's wrong with your voice?
I lost it. You know, the cold season's still here.
That'll happen. Well, have a good night, everybody.
Thanks for watching.